Hope it's not too dark. Why'd I come in like a 1980s rapper? I'll never know these things. Um, Season 1, Episode 11 of The Wire. So, um, after the previous episode, all the events that happened in there with the officer Keelan being injured, um, we jumped to the aftermath of that and the cleaning up process that's involved in cleaning up process. I wanted to come into this fast and hot and try and be all slick about it, but it's only taken 10 or 9 episodes to be completely emotionally attached. Oh, yeah. Completely emotionally attached to one of. That's just a little drink I got here. Um, to one of these characters. Now, as usual, this episode has a lot going on in it, which is good, not a bad thing. So I'm gonna try and give an overview first. So you got all the officers trying to deal with the fact that they've lost a brother in arms, even though it's a woman, a comrade. They've lost somebody who's a peer, I guess. They've lost somebody who's been with them in this particular fight or the struggle, right? Well, come to find out, she's in ICU room in critical condition. And one thing I want to point out before I continue, they did a fantastic job. Not that I'm a doctor, not that I've spent so much time in hospitals. I won't say that, but I'll say that they did a great job of explaining the situation, her situation in particular. Um, they touched on her same sex relationship. Um, I still feel like the time that this show came out, that was still like a taboo thing. I mean, I'm watching this in 2021, and the farthest thing from anybody's mind is, oh my God, she likes the same sex. I can't believe that. But there's still this walking on eggshell feeling that I get, or the vibes. That's the vibes I get from these actors portraying this subject. It seems so odd that this subject would would give off that type of feeling. I mean, like I said, I'm watching it in 2021. But anyway, like I was saying, they did such a fantastic job of explaining what her situation was as far as her injuries and the treatments that they were using to try and save her life. I thought that was pretty cool, or awesome. No, I just liked it. I thought it was cool. Moving on, I was also curious about her her informant. What was going to happen to him? I mean, he's basically on the recovery train, and now with this situation arising, he's basically having to go back down into the depths of addiction and vices in order to help find the people who basically tried to kill her. Um, he hasn't cracked yet, which is pretty interesting. He hasn't cracked yet, and by me saying that's interesting is I am glad to see a character rise up from uh, 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 the grasp of their addiction. Okay. Now, also, you have. I have to admit this. If you hear some sizzling in the background, that's just me cooking my lunch for tomorrow. Anyway, where's I going with this? I guess I'll try and put some light on the hustler side of things. So they're they're gathering all the information they need. They're understanding the situation that they're in. Of course, they didn't know that that the young woman was a police officer. They were just doing what they should have done in that situation, which was eliminate this guy Orlando, who basically went out on his own for no reason other than, I don't know, maybe like pride, or he just wanted more money or something like that. I mean, make yourself useful for the organization, which he already is, or branch out and do something legally and make yourself more money. Don't try and jump into the game that you know nothing about and cause people who have set you up basically in a really cushy job grief. So he deserved it. He's deserved that. I'll say that. He deserved what he got. Now, as they're trying to clean up that mess, they're understanding the consequences, or they understand the magnitude of having the money that was used for the particular buy and sale. They're destroying that. They're trying to eliminate all the parties involved in the actual deed. I like it. I mean, the sophistication involved in their criminal organization is I like it. I just like it. I just like it because it's good to see. It's good to see individuals in these positions not portrayed as buffoons and trigger happy, right? I mean, hey, you can be smart and choose a path outside of the law. This helps prove that. Okay. Uh, Continuing on, I feel like D, the character that we were introduced to in the beginning of the series, he is put in a situation where he believes like he's going to have to do something that he doesn't want to do, or his life is in danger, right? But all it is this one of the individuals involved in the shooting with the female officer has a hobby. It's fishes. He needs somebody to watch them while he gets out of town while things cool down. That's a cliche from all these gangster movies that I've watched. But it's there's some truth to it. I feel like. Anyway, so once you get past all that, so hey, come here. She's doing her job, but I'm trying to. What you doing? What you doing, boo boo? Hmm. What you growling? Huh? You growling at somebody? Hmm. I need you to be quiet while I film the video, huh? Can you help me? Can you do that? Can you do that? Can you do that? You can't do that. Yes, you can. I know what I'll do. I'll close the door. I'll close the door. Okay, go over there. Go over there for me, boo boo. Thank you, boo boo. It's my boo boo, y'all. That is my boo boo. I gotta close the door up here. Let me see if I can grab it. Wait. Oh, I'll get my fingers. There it is. Back in line. Okay, sorry for the interruption. So, still petting her because now she wants all the attention in the world. But anyway, where was that? Yeah, so they're moving and grooving on their part, cleaning up the mess that they've got themselves into. Meanwhile, I almost forgot to mention this, but the 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 confusion and anger and uh, the emotions were flowing and bubbling and brought to life in such a manner by these police officers when you're put on the scene of the incident. I mean, I'm so involved in the whole thing just by watching it, and then I'm watching them actually do great police work and follow this scene out as far as they can to get as much evidence as they can to put these individuals away. I mean, hey, this is the game that these two sides are playing against one another. You know, I'm doing bad, you're doing good, so it's going to be a constant struggle between both of them to see who's going to win. They're constantly playing a game, but the game involves life or death, and other severe consequences come along with that as well. Prison. For the cop side, I feel like it's demotions and promotions and recognition and being considered a stand-up individual in that organization. I think is one thing that they're looking at. But you know, man, I had to pour a little bit of drink. So I'm moving past that. They're talking about this. They're talking about her undercover. Yeah, I did. What about talk about the cops and the struggle between them and the hustlers? What else happened in this episode, man? Oh yeah, D thought he was in trouble, but he wasn't. He just needed to help out with the guy's hobby, which is fishes, which is interesting enough. Remind me of a movie called Clockers by Spike Lee. Okay, I'm getting off track here. um, Let me see here. Yeah, the great police work that they're doing. It's interesting to see how they operate, how they move. Okay, now before I end this video, I have to bring up the two, I guess, two cops who are like maybe lowest on the totem pole, probably, but they're the hardest guys. If that makes any sense, they flirted with the idea of taking money from these drug dealers before. They didn't because it was more easily tracked, right? This time, when they go inside to this big bust, um, they decide to take some money. And I was thinking to myself, if I was in their position, trying to eliminate uh, good versus wrong, or dang, what was I gonna say? I forgot my thought. But trying to eliminate good versus like bad, or if it's like morally right for a police officer who's sworn to take that money. I think. Oh, and trying to eliminate their salaries. I don't think you can. I think it's valid to leave that in now. I feel like if I was in that position, I would do the same thing. I mean, because it's just because the amount that they took didn't seem like it was that much, and the manner in which they took it didn't seem like it was that bad. Now, if they're going around purposefully hunting drug dealers in order just to rob them, now that's messed up because you have all the power of the law behind you. Now, if you're doing a citywide coordinated bust and it's pure chaos, and you find a stash of money and you take a little bit of it, I don't see nothing wrong with that. As long as your partner's cool about it. Now, if you feel morally wrong about doing that, you shouldn't have been doing it in the first place, or you should know you read your partner better, or whatever the case is. That's just what I feel. But I don't think they're wrong for doing that. I mean, because like I said earlier, these cops and these hustlers, they're playing a game against each other. So, hey, I guess you just have to sit there and take it ill. I mean, they actually won't miss that. I don't know. Maybe, you know what? I don't know. But next episode's coming soon.